starting out as a garbologist,
Yep.
and working your way up to being an elite parkour athlete, you'd probably say you're
Mm,
the biggest in Australia, if not one of the biggest in the world as well.
hmm
Um, talk us through one of your craziest stunts you've done. I heard you jumped out of a plane onto a
A
roof,
helicopter.
a
Yeah, yeah.
helicopter onto a roof, and that was all funded and organized by Red Bull. Is that correct?
Yes, I was doing a project in Switzerland at the mountain range. Zermatt is the peak, and they have an observatory up on those mountaintops. And originally, we were talking about jumping between two of the skyline gondolas that are the hanging carts that go, but that's 250 meters in the air. The gap is about 20 foot. They kind of shake a little bit, so we couldn't nail out the specifics of that. It got a little touch and go there. And fortunately, the production crew I was with had the idea of switching that first stunt to me jumping out of a helicopter. Originally, we thought jumping out of a helicopter onto a mountain would be really cool because that way I could go a little bit higher, the ground's soft,
Yeah.
but they couldn't find a zone that was appropriate. So then the most cinematic and easy permission we could get within the 24 hours was onto the observatory rooftop.
Wow.
So 7 a.m., they got me up there in a helicopter, which is not normally the time that I'd be jumping,
Yeah.
fortunately. Usually my body likes a few more hours to wake up, but I wasn't going to miss this opportunity. So we went up, did a few fly passes, making sure everything was okay. They kind of ran me through the basics of the chopper, making sure I wasn't like doing anything unsafe. And then yeah, get above the thing, open the door. I'm communicating with the driver, and he's like lowering us down slowly. Did one jump at like 3.5 meters onto the metal. And then we did one more take where they picked me up on the mountain, and then I went up to 4.5 meters onto the metal.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was something that was once like well seems like once in a lifetime opportunity. I'd love to do it again, but
Yeah.
yeah, an unforgettable moment. Really, just a really special place. Really amazing opportunity sportively where you don't get to do that.
I guess like you travel the world, but you've got the added entertainment value of being able to jump on all the world's, most historic monuments and things. It must be kind of fun, but also not obviously every human that's looking at all your videos and that they're kind of in awe. And that applies to me also. I'm just, curious, are you wired differently, or do you think it's just, you've had this passion and you've kind of worked your way up to being able to jump from these heights or do these crazy maneuvers, or do you think it's a bit of a mixture of both?
I'd probably say it's a bit of a mixture of both. I definitely think that I'm wired differently to the average like person. I just see the world as a giant playground, and but that's something I share a commonality with lots of other parkour athletes. We do have this kind of childlike mindset when it comes to our interactions with the everyday world. Um, and so the only thing I would say there is that we all had this similar mindset, but that's where my really methodical work process and work ethic and just obsession with the sport really came into play. Is that for you know over 10 years, 12 years, I was just doing it every single day. Even when I was working as a garbage man in the morning, it was work as a garbage man to have the time to train in the afternoons to try and make a career within the sport. And it's just a continual grind and a continual burn to make it all happen, to make the furnace light up. You've got really got to put in the hard yards. And so there is a abnormality when it comes to the passion and the skill and the side of things in that, but there's a very tried and true methodology when it comes to making a career within a sport like this.